What's going on, everyone? It's time for another thriller review. Today we're going to talk about Fantasy Island, or also known as Blumhouse's famous Fantasy Island. Oh boy. It's released February 6th, 2020, and directed by Jeff Wadlow, who also did films like Truth or Dare, Kick-Ass 2, Never Back Down, and Cry Wolf. This had a budget of $7 million, and that made over $49 million in profits. This is right at the peak of the pandemic when it happened, so yeah. But Fantasy Island, well, some people are chose to come and visit this island where apparently your fantasies come true, but so they live out their a select fantasy that they chose. And but things are kind of what they seem. They kind of go in a weird direction, and they don't really become fantasies. They become somewhat nightmares at the same time, and yeah, and weird things ensue. This was a odd movie to say the least. The way it's portrayed and stuff like that, and explained on how these fantasies come to work is really odd and silly. There is no. This is marketed as a horror film. It's not. It's a thriller with a lot of action in it, and maybe the odd one or two scenes with a little bit of horror elements mixed in to make it a little more better. But yeah. But there's a lot of flaws with this movie. There's a so you're following about like four or five characters, and they all have different stories, except for this one like duo that works there. But only one character has an interesting story to follow. So you sit through all these nonsense, silly ones. Like one's girl wanted to marry a guy but and have a kid, but said no, and so yeah, they have that storyline. Then you have another guy who wished he was in the Marine Corps, and so they have him go in there, and yeah, there's an odd little twist in that, which is stupid. But and then they have um, these two brothers. Well, this like Asian guy and a white guy who are like frat brothers, and they basically want to party the whole time. So you follow that one, and then someone comes in and tries to steal things and shit. And then you have the interesting one, which is like this young girl who wants to get back at a bully because she can't get over her problems, and yeah, and things like that. But then they have to work together to try to get off the island and stuff, and no real tensions come out and things, and the weird explanation for what's happening, which is completely ridiculous, comes out. But yeah, the story is terrible. Needs tons of work and stuff. And yeah, I just wasn't into this movie. I thought it was pretty terrible. Complete waste of time for the most part, except for the girl who wants to get revenge. There's a little bit of like horrorish stuff in there, which actually made it amusing and stuff. But for the rest of it, it was just dumb and a waste of time. Fantasy Island is not worth your time. Don't waste your time watching it. It's a complete trash. So it's based on the TV show from the '60s, but man, that's like 1,000 times better than this. So, but overall, I thought this movie was pretty bad. I'm gonna give Fantasy Island a 1 out of 5. It was pretty terrible. Don't waste your time. But if it does sound like something you might be interested in, share a link down below, and also link down below is my channel. There are post clips of films I'm going to review in the future. All my stories have the film title, hashtag, and subject of film, and the hashtag, so you're aware of it. And also make sure you check out my Letterbox. It's linked down below. JP reviews. That's where I post my first story right after watching the film. So follow me on those two platforms. Same with this channel. Like this video, share some more people wherever. Comment your opinions of the film down below if you have any. And if you have any films or film in any genre that you want to hear my opinions on in the future, comment those down below. Try to get them as soon as I can, and if I can find them. And yeah, but that's it for this one. Make sure you subscribe because hopefully find something weird, obscure, and odd they probably never thought of checking out together. And so that you hear my opinions on classic films, popular films that have come out, and reviews on other things. So, you know, and don't forget to ring that bell because I'm going to go back to the early 2000s, like back to the year 2000 and review Hollow Man. I think that'll be an interesting one to relive. So I'll probably do that one next. But yeah. Make sure you stay tuned for all these horror, thriller, horror, Halloween favorites, suspense sci-fi movies and stuff that I'm reviewing all the way up to Halloween at least. And then we'll probably do some other stuff after that, take a break from it all. But yeah, so make sure you tune in for those, and yeah, watch out for all those lunatics trying to create your fantasies for you, but with sinister intentions. And I guess I'll see you all in the next review. So until then, cheers.